The guest acquired this Confederate spur at an auction alongside two other spurs for $200, noticing the CS initials on it, indicating its Confederate origin. The spur is from Memphis, Tennessee. Its authenticity is confirmed by the unique manufacturing process. Ease flat and then hand-hammered to shape, leaving distinctive hammer marks on the sides. The spur was made using a sand mold, leaving a grainy residue on the metal, visible on the inside of the strap loop, along with file marks from hand-filing burrs. These characteristics indicate crisp edges and file marks, distinguish it from reproductions made in wax molds, which lack such details. In excellent condition, this non-excavated spur could fetch between $3,500 and $4,000 in a retail setting, a testament to its rarity and historical significance.
Wow. It's a beautiful spur.
Man.
The guest, a former child's librarian, initiated a program 45 years ago where children wrote to famous authors. The letters in the archive were written in late 1972 and early 1973, not long after the publication of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The letters contain Dahl's trademark's biting humor and personal touch, including an extra poem about Miranda Mary Piker, a character removed from later editions of the book. Dahl removed several characters from the story at the publisher's request to shorten the book. The archive includes variations of the Mary Piker poem, one of which was eventually published in the London Times in 2005. The appraiser values this archive at an estimated $2,500 to $3,500 at auction, reflecting its historical significance and Dahl's enduring popularity.
Whoa, that's amazing.
The guest purchased the item at Textile at a garage sale for $5, attracted by the need for another item to place over a chair. Initially thinking it might be Native American, the guest later learned it was from northern Mexico. The textile features a classic saltillo design with a center diamond and white field, using indigo blue and an aniline red rather than cochineal red, which was common in earlier pieces. Despite some condition issues, including holes that had been stabilized with a backing, the appraiser values the piece at $1,000 to $2,000, considering its historical and artistic significance.
Really?
It really is. So I think you did very well.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
The guests brought in their third great-grandfather's Civil War belt and two pouches that were attached to it. The belt buckle bears his initials, adding a personal touch to the item. The pouches were used to hold percussion caps, necessary for firing guns like pistols, carbines, or muskets. The belt and pouches are from the 206th Pennsylvania Regiment, mustered in Pittsburgh, with one pouch likely a souvenir from the Confederate side, made of lead and pigskin. The appraiser notes that the belt, without name, usually sells for around $300, but with the name and association, it could fetch up to $600. The Union cap box is valued at around $150, but the Confederate one is rare. It could sell for about $1,000 due to its condition and rarity.
Amazing. Okay, great.
From one of the greatest writers of the Elizabethan era down to the hands of her great-grandfather, who brought it being an antique dealer. This first folio of William Shakespeare contains some of his most famous works. The piece underwent a rebinding in the late 18th or early 1900s, having some missing pieces, but it still has two complete pieces, having an enormous value in themselves. And how would these complete pieces be evaluated?
The individual plays that are complete have gone up tremendously. They're probably worth $10,000, $15,000 each.
Wow.
What about the around 160, 170 individual pages?
That might be close to another $10,000, $15,000.
And now to the final appraisal.
This book, as it is probably retail a $40,000 to $50,000 book, which has gone up a lot since 1990.
Yes, it has.
These two guests brought these two good-looking carving sets to the show. The purchase ticket that came with the first carving sets indicate that it was purchased around 1904 at the Louisiana Exposition, while the other set was purchased around 1885. The other set has a more extensive item with a smaller carving set and a fish-serving fork. The completeness and rarity attributed to the second one comes it at a jewel for collectors and is valued around $1,200 to $1,500. Although the first set is not as extensive as the second one, it still retains a hefty price and is valued around $800. The guest brought this circa 1965 Beatles record player to the show. The item features a signed picture of the Beatles performing their songs live. What we have here is no ordinary Beatles record player. It also includes high-fidelity Beatles phonograph recordings with the original packaging materials. The model, number 1000 on the packaging, indicates that the item is part of the 1965 Beatles licensing memorabilia. With the record player still in excellent condition and the Beatles' signature is still very clear, this item would be worth an estimated value between $2,500 to $3,000.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
This man brought his Ronald Reagan autograph print to the show. The guests received this print as a token of friendship during their time together at the General Electric Theater. The print is an artistic caricature of Ronald Reagan created by him. In the lower right corner of the print are Ronald Reagan's witty words attributed to each face as a means of recounting this time with the guest. Considering the influence of great electric theater and Ronald Reagan's humor, this print should be worth more than ordinary Reagan inscribed prints. This piece is estimated to be valued at around $1,000 to $1,500.
The word is priceless.
Absolutely.
This guest brought to the show a circa 1863 Civil War cannon projectile. This piece is known as an Archer shell due to its unique fuse hole, which forms part of its firing mechanism. The cannon projected shell is made of cast iron and was mounted on a lead sabot, which facilitated its explosion from the rifle cannon. The shell is still in very good condition, with the lead sabot intact. The condition of the shell indicates that it was never been fired. This is a historical piece that remains intact despite the number of years. This item is valued at approximately $1,500 retail.
Okay.
While pursuing an antique store alongside their mother, the guests stumbled upon a rare collapsible globe crafted by John Betts, with origins dating back to approximately 1852.
And it is a collapsible or expandable globe.
Despite its simplistic geographical features, its undeniable charm adds significant value to the piece. The inclusion of Nevada and Colorado established in 1861, but the absence of Arizona suggests it was likely manufactured around Betts' passing in 1863, enhanced by its pristine original box. And most importantly, this globe could command a price range of $1,500 to $1,800 in retail settings, underscoring its enduring appeal to collectors worldwide and its notable place in historical cartography.
Great.
The guest acquired this beautiful item at auction, believing it to be Jade, but its authenticity was never confirmed. According to the Roadshow's appraiser, the item originates from China, and it features a unique bowl-like shape with 3 supports adorned with stylized lion mask heads. Despite lacking a mark, the craftsmanship and stone composition were evident, with a pale green hue suggesting a possible origin in the 18th or early 20th century. The shape of this object is also intriguing, featuring a sloping side and thin, finely cut rim reminiscent of 18th to early 20th century styles. It's valued at $15,000 to $20,000 and has a potential to reach $50,000 to $80,000 if dated to the Jiaqing period, 1796 to 1820.
That is incredible.
When you stare at this beautiful vase, you can't stop yourself from being captivated by its unique charm and history. The family inherited this old vase and treasured it for its uniqueness. They admitted to not cleaning it much out of fear of damaging its special appearance. The piece turned out to be a flower vase and candy dish from the 1800s. They're advised to have it professionally cleaned to enhance its value. It also includes some rare features like swans on the bottom. However, there are some minor scratches evident on it.
The swans on the bottom are extremely rare. It has a little bit of damage around the top, which hurts it a little bit.
With proper cleaning, its value could rise up to a whopping $2,000, much to the family's surprise and delight.
No kidding. Oh, man.
So a nice present.
Yes.
And I do thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm having a blast.
Oh, great.
This guest brought these French pottery pieces to the show. These pieces were obtained by Remy de Huyn, who drove into a shipwreck and retrieved these beautiful French pottery pieces and other items. These pottery pieces are made from earthenware and are mostly porous in nature. One of the beautiful pieces among these pottery pieces is the one with Chinese origin that was popularly called a beaker. The expansion of the beaker into European culture and pottery making started around the 17th and 18th centuries. The incredible thing about these pieces is that they are from a shipwreck. It's quite interesting to note that there's a lot of history to be unearthed from these pottery pieces. However, these pottery pieces have a cumulative value of $100 to $150. The guest brings in a bunch of Hindenberg artifacts inherited from his naval officer father. The Hindenberg artifacts are from the crash that occurred on May 6, 1937. The owner's father valued these items because he collected them during the crash, saved his life, and helped others. The owner's father received personal commendations from the governor of New Jersey, the government of Germany, and the U.S. Navy Department. Surviving crew members also signed a picture of the Hindenburg as a token of appreciation.
The whole body of the Hindenburg was covered in a special material.
Right, the skin, yes.
Here is a piece of the burnt flag of Hindenburg as well. It is one of the best collections of Hindenburg artifacts. Estimated value of the complete collection would be $10,000 to $25,000.
great to start with, but I'm surprised. I really had no idea, but it's wonderful.
Yeah.
This shoe is not your ordinary shoe. The person who brought in the shoe told a cool story about it. They said their grandma wore it to a baseball game when she was little. At the game, famous players Babe Ruth and Louis Gehrig signed the shoe. The signatures faded because her grandma wore the shoe a lot, but they have a newspaper article and a photo to prove it happened.
And both of them said, I've signed both baseballs and bats, but I've never had anything like this before.
The person checked the shoe, liked the story, and said it was hard to put a price on it because it was so special. Most importantly, its value could be worth $500 to $700, but said the memories it holds are priceless.
Have something like this in your family to enjoy? Now, I know we have a picture here, correct?
Right.
Well, today we have a mind-blowing space artifact on our hands. The guests had acquired what seemed to be an A711 Apollo suit, a significant piece of space history, from a parking lot sale for a mere $100, held by ILC, the manufacturer. Originally purchased out of admiration for the space program and the guest's profession as an earth science teacher. The suit gained further significance as a teaching aid and a source of joy for children at Super Science Days events.
This isn't the actual entire spacesuit. The spacesuit is made up of several layers. This is the outer layer and the most iconic layer.
If you examine the interior, you'll find all the components used in constructing this suit. Despite the guest's initial purchase for personal reasons, its significant appraisal value highlighted its rarity and historical significance, with an estimated auction value between $15,000 to $20,000.
Oh my goodness.
The guest inherited this sapphire and diamond ring from her mother, who bought it in the early 50s from Louisiana for $1,000.
This ring, it's an American ring set with sapphire and diamonds in at least 14 karat gold with platinum tops around the diamonds.
The ring is a large sapphire. The sapphire, approximately 12.25 carats, is unheated as evidenced by its silkiness. European cut diamonds total around 6 to 6.5 carats in weight. Since 2011, sapphires have experienced a remarkable uptick in the market. Its value at an auction would be $30,000 to $40,000.
Oh my, how exciting.